I want to feel great. I intend to feel great, and I'm gonna do the work. And doing the work's just sitting around. Like, meditating it's just sitting around. I mean, you can even be walking around, you know, but it's awareness into what's the light as it's working within yourself, and living sort of with reverence for that. And that's why meditate, you know, that's kind of how I understand the practice, or what my practice has become, and why I'm entering into this journey of content creation, because I feel it's really important right now to just stand with integrity, to live an integral life. And I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about how beautiful it makes meditation possible, because we can't assimilate the God's wisdom if we don't like bring it into our being, you know, if we don't know it, if we don't live it, if we don't stand for it. You know, we can't receive a more higher evolution of consciousness, a higher understanding of our consciousness, if we're not, you know, doing the work. And so embrace the path. Be the master of yourself. You know, enjoy your energy. You know, make sure you enjoy your energy, you know. And if you're not, that's where meditation really can help, you know. If as you learn to quiet your mind, which will take years, it can take years, you know, it took me years, you know, and you learn to remove yourself from the senses, and you really start to sink into your subtle energetic body, you know. Hopefully it happens very chill for you. You know, my sort of awakening was fairly scary. And, you know, but when you learn to work in the subtle energy and really cultivate a sense of peace and sit in that, and, and you let it be your guide, you know, if you look into the yoga philosophy, samadhi, absorption, you know, what happens after meditation when you're like really connected to the universe, when you're tapped into, you know, Paruska at that point or whatever. You're basically using your senses to deliver what you've experienced to the oversoul, and then like asking correction is how I understand it at this point, where you've been creating, and you have some sort of jargon, you know, something you're not sure of. Is this right action? Is this, you know, how can I work more with the light? You know, how can I do this? Am I in service to you? Because if you really embrace the path of meditation and prayer, you sort of learn that at a certain point, the love for God becomes so powerful, and you've just surrendered so much. It's like, I don't know what I don't know what else is going to happen. I don't know why the flags have to come down, you know. I just know that like I've made a deal with this great source of light that arises within myself, and it clears me out. It makes me feel so great. And it's taking years of practice and dispassion, and, you know, sitting with myself and researching yoga philosophy and Buddhism and some of those principles, and asking the question, you know. And I don't really want to go super into it, but on the idea of awakening, it's like mine was very stressful, you know. It's like it can be stressful to feel yourself, to really feel yourself. But the more you practice and the more you feel yourself, the more you realize how wonderful you are. You know? It's like when you sit and you're quiet and things start to move and you start to feel better, it becomes easier to sit, because you're just returning to a happy place, because you know that you're going to sit and you're going to feel, and it'll process, and then you'll glow. And meditation, yoga meditation 101, don't overcomplicate it. We overcomplicate it. I overcomplicate my life all the time, and I'm trying to not, when it comes to meditation and the point of meditation, to just feel well, to just be peaceful, to just have a peaceful presence, and make sure that's what you're nurturing. What's going to guide you? You're going to be on your path. You're going to be on your path, and hopefully meditation is part of it. What's the fruit it's going to bring you? I don't know. Are you really that attached to the fruit? It's inside. The liberty's inside. The less you need, the less you want, the more you have. The more things like that reign true, the happier you can be, the more liberty you can feel with who you are. And I think, in a lot of traditions, that seems to be the goal of meditation, is this liberation, this alleviation from the suffering of the material world, and so don't get stuck, and don't wait to the end of your life to know God. Like, work with God's light here, and meditation can help you with that. It's like a way there, and it's available to everybody with practice and tools, knowledge. So don't hate, meditate.